guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be covering my weight loss goals for 2021, and I'm going to be outlining the steps that I'm going to be going through to try and achieve those goals. So, jumping right into it, I am going to be following calorie counting. Yay, big surprise. I don't do well on diets, specific diets. I've never tried quite a few of them, to be fair. I've tried really high protein. I haven't done anything like Weight Watchers or Jenny Craig or any of those food services ones, frankly just because I've been poor my whole life, so I can't afford those things. But I have, spent a lot of money on trying to get coaches, sort of online coaches, which I find doesn't work for me. It'd be better to have an in-person coach, but that's generally more expensive and pandemic. So I'm not going to be able to get anybody right now, especially. And my gyms are closed, so whatever. So with calorie counting, I'm going to be taking my TD, and my TD is calculated to be 1760. So I'm going to be subtracting 500 calories from that, and that's going to put me at 1260 for my daily caloric allotment. And then I'm going to be subtracting any exercise that I do in a day. Sorry, not subtracting, adding the exercise calories that I have in a day, which per session is generally around 400 calories. When I was going to the gym, it was probably closer to 600 more frequently, because I just worked out more intensely at the gym. I don't know why I don't at home, but I don't. I don't have as much motivation, I guess. I still can do cardio, but I have a harder time doing weights at home. So with that, I still want to be aiming for at least 80 grams of protein a day in my diet. I have a hard time hitting that, so that's one of my bigger goals for this process. I have done macro counting before, and I followed the 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight or whatever that was, and that was just too much protein for me. That's not sustainable, and I didn't do it for super long, I think 3 or 4 weeks, but I didn't feel great on it. I felt like I couldn't do things like eat fruits and vegetables, which is kind of ridiculous because those are healthy things. And I also have the goal of exercising daily. And I already do this. I walk my dogs every day, pretty much every day, unless it's minus 40 degrees Celsius. And I exercise about 5 to 6 times at home, pretty intensely a week already. I have a stepper machine, a really old 90s stepper machine at home. So I use that, and I do have some crappy weight equipment. So that's not a tough one, but I'd like to maintain that. As well, drink 80 ounces of water a day. Again, not tough. I already do this. Generally, I drink closer probably to, well, at least I'd say that's my average. I probably drink up to 90, 100 ounces a day. I drink a lot of tea. Tea is my favorite. That wasn't obvious. Yeah, but so those are my main goals. If I find that something's not working, I'll be changing that. Mostly, which I think won't be working, could be the caloric intake. I don't have any binging issues, which is generally defined as an uncontrollable eating behavior. I typically almost always have control over what I eat, but if I have it too low, I just find I'm hungry all the time. It's all I'm thinking about, and it's awful. So if that means that I have to lose at half a pound a week instead of a pound, so be it. So that will probably change maybe after I lose 10 pounds or so, because I don't want to push myself too hard at that stage and then, I don't know, start a binging issue and gaining weight back. So, that being said, here are some of the things that make it difficult for me to lose weight. The first issue that I have is hypothyroidism, and I have been diagnosed for about 2 years now, but I've had an underactive thyroid most of my life. But my doctor didn't want to put me on medication too early, so I just kind of dealt with an underactive thyroid until it got to a point where I needed the boost of medication. So, hypothyroidism itself does not contribute that much to your weight. However, it makes you tired, and for me, when I'm tired, when I'm exhausted, I have worse cravings, I have less willpower, and I generally just consume more. So I think that's most of what attributes the weight gain to hypothyroidism. As well, you're just moving less because you're so tired. So yeah, it makes it hard. As well, I'm on birth control, and it makes it harder for me to lose weight. Just a little extra thing in there that makes it more difficult. Another thing that's going to make it hard is I don't have a gym right now. Hopefully, maybe in February. So I've just got to stick with my stepper. Right now I actually have a snowstorm going on outside, so that keeps me from doing any, more intensive activities outside, especially when it's icy and really cold. And then lastly, I've had some joint issues in the past that I've never had officially diagnosed, but they make it so that some areas of my body are prone to injury. And it's fine because I know how to manage it now. I know how to stretch for it. I know how to prevent it and what exercises aggravate it the most. So it's not a big issue, but it does hinder me in some situations. So for example, I tried going running last week outside. Bad idea. My knee was pretty sore for 2 or 3 days. Yeah, I just treat it like it's an old sports injury, even though it's not exactly a sports injury. One thing that makes it easier for me, at least somewhat, maybe not so much anymore that we're all social distancing, but that is that I have celiac disease. Yay, fun. Yes, I've been officially diagnosed. I don't have a gluten intolerance or something like that. I actually have celiac disease. And it's not fun, but in social situations, it's good in the sense that I generally can't have a piece of cake, or the cookies, or the muffins, or the cupcakes, or whatever people bring into work. So that is, and I think in the more long run has been beneficial, but it hasn't actually helped me drop any weight, I think, initially. So with all that, I have weighed myself on Monday, and I'm logging it in on Wednesday, so I'm calling these Weigh-in Wednesdays just because I think that sort of rhymes better than Weigh-in Mondays. And my weight is 150 pounds. I am sort of rounding that up because the day I weighed myself, I think I was pretty dehydrated. So I actually weighed in at 149.4, but I kind of rounded that up to 150 because yesterday and today I weighed 150, so I'm just gonna say 150 since that's, yeah. And I measured myself. I kind of measured myself late in the day, but I don't think I probably had that much fluctuation because I hadn't eaten yet or drinking anything significant. So my waist was 73.5 centimeters. My hips, so I'm kind of counting that as my muffin top belly region, is 89 centimeters, and the largest part of my thigh is 58.5 centimeters. So I think I also forgot to mention that I will be following intermittent fasting. I find it's just easier with the medication I have to take for my thyroid. You're not supposed to eat around it, so I found it easier just to follow intermittent fasting. I generally follow a 16 to 18 hour fasting window, and honestly, it hasn't done too much for me, but I'm just going to continue doing that because I do find that I prefer eating more later in the day. I have less willpower, so I'm more likely to just overeat anyway. So I find it helps me specifically, but in terms of actual weight loss, I don't notice anything. So that is everything I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I will try to be posting these every week, every Wednesday. I probably won't be doing too much each video, maybe covering some of the things I ate, in that week. Any screw-ups I've had, which this week, unfortunately, I've already had 2 days where I slightly overate, unfortunately. Yeah, so hopefully I can see a 1 pound a week weight loss at the best, and if not, I will take what I can get and I will eventually get there. And that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.